calculus, product rule, number 10. So I guess first thing I'd start with is this, hey, here is the product rule. And what it suggests is that if we want the derivative of one function multiplied by another function, one way we could get that is to take the first function times the derivative of the second function plus the second function times the first derivative of the derivative of the first function. So here's our problem. We're given this function, and you can see that it's f of x times g of x. So all I'm going to do here is start with a list, and I'm going to need all these pieces, f of x, g of x, g prime, and f prime. So f of x, let me just move this over because I'm going to need a little bit of room here. F of x is this first function right here. So it is negative 10x squared minus 7 times the fifth root of x squared plus 9. So the one thing I'm going to do here is this. Before I start to differentiate, I'm just going to rewrite this thing in this fashion. I'm going to say it's negative 10x squared, isn't it? Minus 7 times x to the 2/5 power, right? Because I can convert this radical out, right? The root goes at the bottom, the exponent goes at the top. So there's that, right? All I'm writing is equivalent form so I can differentiate more easily. So I am going to differentiate this and say that f prime at x is equal to, well, negative 20x, right? Minus 2/5 times negative 7 is negative 14/5, isn't it? And it's 2/5 minus 1, which is 5/5, right? 5/5 is 1, right? So 2/5 minus 5/5 is x to the negative 3/5 power, right? And the first derivative of 9 is 0. So I'm just continuing to build my pieces. Now I'm going to take the second function, which is a hell of a lot easier, and it's g of x, and it's just 2x, and it's to the third power plus 4. I'm going to take its derivative, and its derivative is simply 6x squared, isn't it? So hopefully all that's going okay, right? So then I'm just going to put this thing together, use the rule that I have, and say, it says I'm supposed to take the first function, which is, right, so my f prime at x, this is me putting my pieces together, is the first function, negative 10x squared minus 7x to the 2/5 power plus 9 times the derivative of the second function, which is 6x squared. Then it says that in our rule, if we go up and take a quick peek at the rule, it says then we're supposed to add, so then I'm going to go ahead and add this, so that plus sign up there is this one. And then it says take the second function, which is this one, which is 2x to the third plus 4 times the derivative of the second function. So here's the derivative of the first function, which happens to be negative 20x minus 14/5 x to the negative 3/5 power. What a pain in the ass. But that is the rule. I'm going to say this again. I've tried to say it in every video I'm making tonight, that this can be simplified out algebraically. My point tonight to you is just this. When you're trying to find the derivative of one function multiplied by another, you should use the product rule, and this is that rule, and you need to memorize that. And the second thing I'm really trying to get to you is that you should be building lists. So make a list and gather the parts and the pieces that you need and just put them together. The algebra will come in time, so I'm not too worried about that. So questions or comments, please let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. I appreciate everything.